request all the participants to please mute your video and audio. To stop sharing your webcam and mute your audio. I request all the participants for the clarity of the voice. Please, I request Deepali sir to mute all, please. I request Deepali sir to mute all the participants and everybody of their own, please stop sharing your camera and mute your audio. Now it's 4:10 as we scheduled. I welcome all of you in the today's webinar organized by Lal Baba College and on behalf of Lal Baba College Library. I request our Sir Dr. Kalyan Majumdar, Assistant Professor and Joint Convener of this webinar to start our today's session. Over to Kalyan sir.
Am I audible and visible now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, madam. Okay, madam. Very good afternoon, everyone, on behalf of Lal Baba College. Now we are here to conduct a state-level webinar on use of journals in academic research and scholarly publishing. We are very happy to get enthusiastic response from the participants that include teachers, research scholars, and students from country and abroad. We are going through such a situation when this kind of events can be conducted only through virtual platform. We think this COVID-19 pandemic surely can't never stop the journey of education. I think this pandemic, however inauspicious, has practically failed to stop the wheel of the chariot of education. I think that propels civilization to move on towards the brightest future. We feel ourselves to be very fortunate now that for the time being, by means of this webinar, we can come in close contact with each other, diminishing the social distance caused by the pandemic. We are very happy, the Lal Baba College family are very privileged today that we have with us our Honorable President Madam Boishali Dalmia, and may I request now our President Madam to inaugurate the seminar by delivering her invaluable lecture. Now over to President Madam.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Today I really feel honored and privileged to present my inaugural speech when there are a lot of others, there are a lot of scholars, the principal, the sir is there. Then again, other professors are there, teachers are there, who know much better than about the subject than me. But still, I'm really honored and privileged you selected me to say a few words, not only to our Lal Baba College students, but also to other people like from all over West Bengal. It's a state level webinar. So a lot of people have already joined. A lot of people are joining. Around 190 to 200 people have already joined, which I gathered. So I'm really happy and I'm really proud that Lal Baba College is organizing such a webinar. And as Mr. Kalyan, Professor Kalyan Majumdar, he just he stated exactly at this this pandemic situation, we are all under maybe lockdown or we are just logging out of the lockdown, where again there are a lot of health issues going on, though the lockdown is not there, but again the virus is very much active. So at this time, I'm really happy and really proud, and I'm really proud about our Central Library of Lal Baba College and our principal, Mr. Sanjay ji, that he thought of having such a webinar. And I think this is the first time we are into organizing a webinar. And so I would congratulate all our team members of Lal Baba College for doing that. So I would be very happy to invite on behalf of the Lal Baba College, Dr. Partho Sarothi Das, who's from National Library, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. He will enlighten all of us with his valuable lecture and on the topic use of journals in academic research and scholarly publishing. So I'm really happy that he has given his consent to join the webinar and give his valuable time and valuable speech. And everyone, including me, will be really happy to know about more about the subject. And other professors like, and I would also like to state that the teachers and the professors who have organized this 2-day webinar, which is not only beneficial for our students, but again, for other students who have joined. I would like to take their name as well, because without you all, this webinar wouldn't have taken place. The other professors who are there are principals, he is there, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, principal of Lal Baba College. Professor Mala Aditya, a librarian and convener of the webinar of the, she's also present very much there. I can see you, ma'am. And yes, and Dr. Milan Kanti Das, Assistant Professor, Department of History, Lal Baba College. He is also present with us. Then again, Professor Sanita Ghosh, Assistant Professor, Department of Philosophy. Professor Devashish Ghosh, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, Lal Baba College. And Professor Dipayan Sinha, he's also present. And tomorrow we are going to have, as it's a 2-day webinar, tomorrow we will be having with us Professor Diti Parekh and Dr. Vinal Sarkar. He's the Assistant Professor, Department of English, Lal Baba College. So it's really a proud moment that we are organizing this webinar. And not only today, but again tomorrow, we will be having with us, though he is not present today, but I should take his name because he has given his consent, Miss Gajalakshmi. She'll be there with us tomorrow. She's from National Library as well, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. She'll speak on employability skills for future workforce, which is also very important. So I'm happy that we both both the topics which we have selected from Lal Baba College is very important and essential, and people should be get much knowledge after listening to this webinar which we have discussed, and by the lecture given by Dr. Parati Sarthi Das. He'll be conducting a special lecture, and after that there will be interactive sessions. So students, you can ask, or people who want to know more about the subject can ask him. There will be some interactive session for some time, and this is so I officially announced the webinar open. And again, I would invite all the people who have logged in to give a patient listening to Sir. And please keep your phone on mute so there is no disturbance. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me share my views. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello. Thank you very much, President Padam, for your valuable inaugural speech. Your constant support always encourages us to conduct this kind of event. Hello, now it is the time for the head of the institution. We are very privileged that we have with us our principal sir, Dr. Sanjay Kumar. May I request Dr. Sanjay Kumar to deliver his welcome address to all the participants and organizers. Now over to Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Principal, Lal Baba College.
Thank you, Kalyan, sir.
Hello, sir.
For the Lal Baba College, today we are going to make history. It is our first webinar because many things after the COVID-19 is going to change. So this is the part of the change. And in this environment, I am welcoming all of you, those who are here present, and also those who registered here as a participants of this webinar. And also I want to heartily welcome to our today's resource person, Partho Sathi Das. Friends, I know that today's topic is very important because many things is going to change. So what will be the position of our journal? How the things, academic things will go in the journal? How the academician will decide the nature of the journal to publish their articles, and how the researcher will be benefited with the journal. I think all these types of things we will gather from today's lecture given by Dr. Sathi Das. So it will be better to give more time to the Partho Sathi Das sir. And so again from the Lal Baba College, governing body, teachers, students, non-teaching staff, from the all sides of the Lal Baba College, all the corner of the Lal Baba College, I am welcoming all of you. And we are very pleased that you are here, many of you are here. And tomorrow also we have one another webinar, and I am hoping that all will be here. And now I am proceed the next. Kalyan sir. Hello, Kalyan sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Principal Sir Dr. Sanjay Kumar, for your valuable speech and welcome address to the audience, to the participants. Now may I request Dr. Mala Aditya, Librarian, Central Library, Lal Baba College, and the convener of the webinar, to deliver her introductory speech to the audience. Now over to Dr. Mala Aditya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Principal Sir. It's our great privilege to arrange this type of webinar. Good afternoon, everybody present in the webinar. On behalf of Lal Baba College Library, I, Dr. Mala Aditya, librarian and convener of the webinar, welcome you all in today's session. No doubt, we all are going through a crisis situation due to COVID-19 and other natural calamities. It has interrupted the normal activities of our day-to-day life. Since mid-March of this year, all the educational institutions have been shut and remain to shut until further notice. But learning cannot be stopped in any situation, because education teaches itself that how to cope up with any changing situation or with any crisis situation. So, as the situation changes, we have already shifted our classroom to our home with the help of various technologies. Obviously, not in full session, but some teachers, some of us are trying continuously to make college at the students at their homes. So thus, this webinar aims to provide a safe and positive learning environment today to all the researchers, the academicians, and students. We obviously know that effective learning is always need for a support of effective information. Journals are considered as important information sources because it gives us the new and national thought on any given topic. If we want to find a new topic, such as this COVID situation, so we have the latest information we'll get from the journals. Journals actually communicate between researcher and the users, and it transmits the idea for the future research. Effective research, all effective research needs for effective communication, because the communication increases the visibility and credibility of the users. Now, scholarly publishing has become such an important today that not only for our communication involved in it, our promotion, entry to higher studies like PhD degree, and entry to new services are also attached, associated with this scholarly publishing. So use of journal and scholarly publishing, both topics covered in this webinar, is very much pertinent. Now, when we come to this point, several questions come to our mind. That which journal should we use? How to judge the authenticity of journals? How to evaluate the journals? How to know the mode of the journals? How to access the journals from remotely or open access journals, about the open access journals? Actually, we all know that whatever is the mode of access, but the basic questions remain same. So, all today's discussion, I think Dr. Parthasarathi Das, our resource person, ALIO of National Library, has the right person to give light on this, because he has hands-on experience for many years in National Library in handling the serials, journals. So I hope today's session will quench our thirst for these queries, and Dr. Sarathi's lecture gives us light of ray in the development of our academic journey. Thank you all, and welcome all. Over to Dr. Kalyan Majumdar sir to welcome Dr. Das.
Thank you, Dr. Aditya, for delivering your introductory speech. Are there Professor Milan Kanti Das? Dr. Milan Kanti Das? Are you here? Dr. Milan Kanti Das?
Yes.
Okay, now it is the time to introduce our today's resource person. May I request Dr. Milan Kanti Das to introduce a resource person, Dr. Parthasarathi Das, to the audience. Now over to Dr. Milan Kanti Das.
Thank you, Dr. Kalyan Majumdar. Good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to introduce such a dynamic person in this field. Dr. Parthasarathi Das has more than 13 years of professional experience and is currently serving as Assistant Library and Information Officer at the National Library, Government of India, Ministry of Culture, after qualifying the UPSC in 2011. Earlier, he had worked as Senior Library and Information Assistant at the Botanical Survey of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Sikkim Himalayan Regional Center, Gangtok, and Central Library Headquarters for more than 6 years. He is an international network of emerging library innovators India, innovator and mentor of INELI India and South Asia. He visited British Library, London, and libraries in Melbourne and Singapore. He is a life member of many associations related library development. He is a member of International Federation of Library Association and Information Center and CILIP, the Library and Information Association, London. Dr. Das has published around 35 publications, includes journal articles, conference paper, and book chapters. He is the co-author of the book, The Story of Steel Bridge, the Howrah Bridge, a testimony of Indo-British cooperation in engineering field, which is acclaimed by national and international reviewers. awards and achievements. He was awarded the Best Library Professional Award by Central Government Library Association. He was awarded the Association for Library Collection Technical Service, American Library Association online course grant for library professional from developing countries by the ALCTA, International Relation Committee for attending for the fundamentals of collection assessment session. Dr. Das is presently the Secretary, Central Government Library Association, Kolkata branch, and Executive Body Member, Central Government Library Association, Headquarters. Member of IASLIC Study Circle Group, Assistant Editor, IASLIC Newsletter, Editor-in-Chief, Indian Journal of Librarianship and Administration, Member of Advisory Council, All Bengal School Library Association, and Editorial Board Member of CGLA Newsletters. Now, over to Dr. Kollan Majumdar sir.
Thank you, Dr. Milan Kanti Das, for such wonderful introducing speech. This is the time for the main event of this webinar. Thus, I would like to request Dr. Partho Sarathy Das to deliver his speech on the topic use of journals in academic research and scholarly publishing. Over to Dr. Partho Sarathy Das.
Thank you. So I first congratulate Lal Baba College for organizing the first webinar. I have heard this is the first webinar you are organizing. And on the dais, I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Smith Boishali Dalmia, Honorable MLA and Honorable President, Governing Body, Lal Baba College. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you. So I also I also thank Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Principal, Lal Baba College, Dr. Mala Aditya, Librarian and Convener of the webinar, Dr. Kollan Majumdar, Joint Convener, and other committee members. And I also thank Professor Mrinal Kanti Das, Professor, for nicely introducing me. So so I think we are running through a period which is very critical to us, but I think that there is a positive side of this also. So the positive side is that how we can utilize this time in developing ourselves, to developing our skills, especially the students, especially the professionals who are working in different sectors. So how we can develop ourselves, how we can upgrade our skills, so that we can use this whatever stuff we are collecting for the future. So I think that there is a positive side also. So I will now share my screen. So is it audible to all of you? The presentation is audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's audible.
Thank you so much. So use of journals in academic research and scholarly publishing. I am very happy to give a lecture on this topic because I am handling this work nearly about a decade. Because when I was asked to deliver a lecture on it, I was very happy because I enjoy sharing the experiences I have. So thank you. So in this small webinar, because the time is short also, so these are the things I would like to cover, like what is a journal? What is the difference between periodical, journal, serial? What are the formats of journals? What are the types of journals? What is the importance of a journal as an information source? What are the journal metrics? Where I can find my appropriate journal? How can I contribute to a journal? What are the tools of a journal? And how can I subscribe a journal? Basically, these questions always come in mind even the students, researchers, teachers who are practicing teaching research, and students who are about to publish research papers. These are the questions, pertinent questions that when we think of publishing any paper, when we think of publishing an article to a journal, so these are the questions. There are confusion among ourselves. So I will try to throw some light on this confusion, because I think this is a mixed group where students are there, researchers are there, teachers are there. So I will try to be very not very technical, but very generalized way. So see, serial publication is actually you can say that it is a type of it covers, actually serial publication, the word serial is actually the umbrella term of many things. Like a publication is in any medium issued under the same title in a succession of discretion parts, means that when a publication comes not in the single shot, it comes in a serial, it comes in a serialized way, that it has some kind of periodicity. Periodicity means that whether it is a monthly, whether it is a yearly, whether it is an annual, quarterly, so biannual. So what is the time? So there is a definite time factor is there between two publications. This is the main important. So how can you differ between a book and a journal? So first thing you will see that whether it has a periodicity or not. Periodicity means anything. It can be a monthly, it can be a weekly, it can be a biannual. So you have to see whether it is it has a periodicity or not. It is not published one time. So this is the first character by which you can identify a journal. So there are many terms associated with serials like journals. You have also already heard this name: newspapers, magazines, annual volumes, yearbooks, advances, directories, proceedings. So these are the formats of serials. But there are very technical differences are there in library science, or for a librarian also. There are very technical differences between all these forms. So if I say what is a journal, that how can you define a journal? It is a periodical that I have already discussed, a serial publication with its own distinctive title. That is, it has a title on its own. It has a periodicity, and it has a specific discipline that is very important. So, and it has an editorial board. So these are the characters by which you can identify a particular journal. Next, coming to the types of journal, this is very critical. As far as my professional career, I have seen, while I have also worked in a scientific library, Botanical Survey of India, and also National Library. I was handling the serial control. So I have seen that this journal is the most critical part of any publication, because you will find a variety of things, variety of variations in these journal publication. So sometimes I personally feel it is very difficult to track or understand that what is the future of journal, because you think that the journal publication itself has a metamorphosed into and diversified into a different types of publications. We can't imagine how it has changed itself. So some of these are, maybe I will discuss with you. That is Letters Journal. It is a scholarly periodical devoted to publishing short articles containing international reports of research results, especially in the specific academic. So another is the Methods Journal, a scholarly periodical devoted to disseminating information about the development of a new technique, scientific research, and refinement of existing methodology. So Methods Journals is that journal, that is, this type of journal is basically used by medical practitioners, that is the doctors. So these Methods journals only carry the contents of methods. Synoptic Journal is again a journal that publishes brief reports of research findings and abstracts of articles for which the entire text is available on request. So this is again a type of technical journal. So these two types of journals you will not find in colleges or universities, because these type of journals are only available in medical colleges and for the doctors. Trade journal is rather seeing this trade journal, because trade journal is nothing but catalogs of different companies. Like if when you go for a purchase of a mobile or television, you will find that the person who is dealing with these things, they will give you a catalog to choose from, that which model you want to choose. So these are the trade journals. Trade journals are basically, these are commercial journals. They only carry the commercial items, which are basically for the business, and it is not related with any scholarly information. So next, coming to another form of journal that has emerged, I have seen for the last 1 or 2 years. This is called a video journal. This is very interesting. You might be very surprised that how a video can be a journal. Yes. So these are journals. These are peer-reviewed journals. I will be discussing on what is peer review later on. So these are peer-reviewed journal. This combines high-quality video of demonstrations of experiments with a detailed text protocol, allowing researchers around the globe to learn from each other easily and efficiently. So again, this type of video journal, there is a very renowned publisher called Jove. So what they do, they collect different protocols. Protocols are actually the methods of experiments that are followed in the labs all over the world. So they include various subjects like biology, neuroscience, medicine, bioengineering, genetics. So if you see the subjects, these are all related to the medical protocols. So what is the actually why this is a video journal? I am telling you, because when you see a video, when you see the practical demonstration of a protocol through a lecture video, so it is more understandable. So so this is the importance of any video journal. So coming to the format of journal, so basically there are three types of journals we know. One is the print journal. We all of us are actually conversant with print journal. There is nothing new in it. And online is also not new, because it is the counterpart of print. Because whatever that is printed, it is coming to online. Only the format is changing. The content is same. Whatever the content in print is there, the same content is available in online. So nothing, there is a difference between print and online. The only difference is access, that I will be discussing. Another kind of, rather it is not a journal, but a journal archive. I should also speak on this journal archive, because you also know this type. Journal archive is basically a preservation method of online journals, by which, or this is the archive. Like if you there is a popular archive called JSTOR. You might have used this, because those who have done social research, social science research, and they are, because social science research journals are basically available in JSTOR. So what JSTOR does, or what an archive does, it archives the journals that is published before 5 years, because current 5 years is not available in the journal archive. So next, coming to a very important difference between journal and magazine, because all the like general students, teachers, and even the researchers are sometimes confused about what is the difference between journal and magazine, because these two terms are hugely used in academic and also non-academic purpose. So journals, the basic, how will you differ? How you can make the difference between journal and magazine? I am telling that if you see a Bengali magazine like Anandamela, and if you say a magazine in Bengali published in Bengali Desh, so if you compare this type of publications with a publication of any kind of journal like Journal of Physics, so you can find the difference. Between magazine carries articles that is not actually confined to a single subject. It contains a variety of subjects like health, education, travel, your well-being, your money matters. All these things are available in the magazine, which is not actually confined to a single subject. But in case of journal, if you see, it is confined to a single subject, and in sometimes it is so narrow that you can't imagine. Like Journal of Nanoscience. So you see, nanoscience is so narrow area of research in physics. So see, this journal only includes the articles carried out in the field of nanoscience. So you can now make the difference between a magazine and a journal. So next, coming to what is a journal article. So if you compare a journal article with a book chapter, exactly the same thing. The whatever chapter is in a book, and if you see that a chapter in a journal, it can be the same. So book chapter can be compared with a journal article. So there are also fundamental differences that I am not going, but these are the basic difference between these two. So how you will recognize a journal reference? This is very important for the students. Suppose I have given a journal reference here. So what are the parts of the journal reference? Like if you see this, this is the author part. This is the author. This is the year of publication. This is the journal article. This is the journal title. This is the volume and issue, and this is the page number. So if you dissect the parts of the reference, you can see that these are the parts of these are all the parts of a journal metadata. So now that's why the journals are useful for information. So why I should read a journal? Why I should consult a journal? As far as information sources are concerned, you know, there are three types of information sources. One is the primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary, as the word gives its connotation, primary means that the nascent microthought. If you have studied chemistry, there is a concept of nascent. Like nascent oxygen, nascent chlorine. Nascent means that it is just made now. That is, it is just made. Actually, it has given the birth of the time is a factor here. Nascent means the time. It is just generated. So just generated information are basically the part of primary source. Okay. So primary source of information, journal, newspapers, all the categories that I have told you earlier in a serial, that comes under the primary source of information. So textbooks, if you see the textbooks and reference books, they are the secondary source always. And tertiary source is actually the background information that you are getting from encyclopedia or like that type of book. So you can't go primary source of information directly. How you can go, I will later discuss, because see, as a student or a researcher, I should know first that which journal I have to consult, because this is not available anywhere. So I have to first search what is my appropriate journal for my research paper. So if you see, there are a number of tools available. These are all free resource. You can use it. So one is the ENDAZ journal selector, Elsevier journal finder, EndNote manuscript matcher, the IEEE publication recommender. So these are the tools I have given, because suppose when you are going a research on doing a research on a sociological problem. So what you can think that I want a research paper on what are the social conditions in COVID-19. So if you are doing a research on this topic, and so suppose now you will find that what will be my appropriate journal to publish this paper. So I think you should first consult these tools. So it will give, suppose I am giving an example, this Elsevier journal finder. If you give your title of paper, this tool will analyze, it's an artificial intelligence is there. It will analyze the contents of your title and show which is the right journal you are going to publish. So this is very, very important. when you are publishing a research paper, you have to see many things. I will be later on discussing, but first you have to identify the right and appropriate journal. So these are the tools you can use. It is absolutely free. It is available. So the students, I will request the students to use this type of tools so that you can find your appropriate journal. So another important service, this is a very interesting service, alerting service. Alerting service is like that. Somebody is there to alert you. Suppose you are a CPA, suppose you have an enormous interest on COVID-19, or you have an enormous interest in any sociological problem like climate change. This is a very important subject. So if you have a research interest on any of the topic, so you can go to this any of these tools and give your email ID. So immediately a paper which is published in any of the journals, they will give you the update to your email ID. So it is an alerting service which alerts that what are the available research that is going on currently. So I would request especially the PhD students, the researchers, master degree who are doing MPhil or like that. So you can use this type of tools to find out, or you just give an email to this thing and they will alert you. So you don't have to waste any time, because if you find this tool, Journal TOCs is an excellent collection of journal table of contents, that they will give you the table of contents in your email. So you don't have to waste any time, because what are the papers that is coming out, what are the research papers are coming out in the journal, you don't have to waste your time. You just give your email ID. These are absolutely free. They do not charge you anything. So you can use this tools and do effective research. So now there is the concept of peer review. So next I will discuss that peer review. You have already used to this term, peer reviewed journal, peer reviewed journal. So what is actually a peer review? The word peer means your friends, or friends means that those persons who are working on the same subject. That if you see as a community of researchers, suppose you are doing a research on climate change. So who are the persons who are doing on the same climate change, topic of climate change? So if I want a research paper, if you write a research paper, so what the journal would do? Well, the journal would give that paper to one of the peers, because it may be your friend, it may be your professor, it may be your senior guide. So what they will do, they will evaluate the content of the research paper, because see, there is a mechanism of checks and balance, and the content you are going to publish, whether it is authentic, whether it is evaluated, whether it is actually the results that are reported in the article, whether these are actually verified by experiments, whether the conclusions deducted by you are actually verified by or substantiated by evidences. These are actually the peer reviews. They are going to see this. So next, coming to, there are about 7 kinds of peer review. So there are 7 kinds of peer review. First type is the single blind peer review. Single blind peer review means the authors don't know who the reviewers are, but the reviewers are aware of the authors. That means, suppose I am the reviewer and you are the author, I can know your name, but you can't know my name, because see, that is a single method. That is, only the reviewer is going to have the identity, reveal the identity of the author. Author do not know, or author is actually blind about the reviewer. So this is very important. So second type, if you go to the double blind, if you understand the single blind, double blind is nobody knows nothing, because if the reviewer and the author both are in the same boat, because we do not know each other. Because sometimes what happens, suppose suppose a guide is there and his or her research scholar is publishing a paper, and suppose he is the reviewer of that paper, so there might be some kind of favoritism or like that there is a kind of anything, it may affect the integrity of the paper publication. So single blind peer review, double blind peer review, many of the journals in international journals, they are using the method 2, that is double blind peer review. That is none of the authors, none of the reviewers, they do not know each other. Open peer review is rather is a different type of peer review, that is we know both each other, because authors and the reviewers, they know each other, and it is in the open platform. So collaborative peer review is a part or if a derivation of the open peer review, because collaborative peer review occurs on a platform provided by the journal where authors and reviewers can discuss how the paper can be improved. So this is a method of collaborative sharing of research data, and it is not a single or a blind review like what the only authors, peers, they actually discuss that what are the deficiencies of this research paper, what can be done to improve the results. So this type of discussions are can be done in the collaborative peer review. So third party peer review is another type of review that authors get their manuscripts reviewed by an independent peer review service before they approach any journal. So there are many kind of now third party platforms are there, I have seen. So Edange, I have told you another example of Edange journal platform, that is actually they are doing the third party peer review. Suppose I am want to publish a journal in an international peer reviewed high impact factor journal. So what I will do, I will approach the third party peer review platform. So okay, I have written a paper, please I would request them to give me a suggestion or give me what needs to be done or what needs to be improved. So this type of peer review is a paid service. So if you are going to get any kind of third party peer review, it is you have to pay some money to them. So post-publication peer review, as the term suggests, that the peer review is after the post-publication. That is, sometimes what happens, suppose I have written a paper, you have seen one of the paper regarding the COVID-19, regarding the medication protocol of COVID-19. It is published in Lancet and it has been reviewed, the post-publication review is done by the NISCARE. And they have actually, NISCARE, what they have done actually the turn down the theory that is published in the Lancet. So these kind of things are done in the post-publication peer review, because see, science is a dynamic, research is dynamic, it is a never-ending process. So if I do a research and somebody again come to another derivation, another come to another theory, so it can be replaced. So it is not that I am the only person who is taking the this is absolute. There is nothing called absolute in research. So cascading peer review is another kind of review when a manuscript is rejected after review because it is a low priority for the journal. So sometimes what happens, journals received many papers which are not interest to the journals, but the publishers, what they do, they reject doing some kind of favor to the author. How they're doing the favor, because they suggest the author that okay, this is not the right journal for your paper, you can publish some other journals, we are also publishing these journals, you can try your publication into that journal. So this is called the cascading peer review. Okay, so next, coming to the journal metrics, which is a very important part in research now. So journal metrics, as the word suggests, metrics, as the term a metrics is the measurement, like rankings. That suppose there are 5 journals, 100 journals in physics and chemistry. So how would you rank them? So who can I say which is the most read journal or the most cited journal in physics? Can I say which is the most cited journal in chemistry? So journal metrics is actually a study by which we can discover different journals which has a high impact factor value or which is the most cited value. If you know the Nobel Prize, how the Nobel Prize is given to Nobel laureates, they use the same technology that I will discuss with you, the journal metrics. who is going to be the Nobel Prize winner of this year, how they predict, and what are the background study they do. They do this if the researcher has got a high impact factor or a high citation value, then that scientist or researcher will going to give a next Nobel Prize. So this is a very important part for the researchers. So H-index, H-index is a very important tool. It is being generated by a Google Scholar. It is very easy. If you have a Google Gmail account, if you go to the Google Scholar, you can register your name, you can upload your paper. It's an absolutely free, and they will give you a H-index. H-index, what is H-index? That indicate that at least the number of publications is receiving the n number of citations. As for example, if you have 5 publications and that 5 publications have received at least 5 citations or more, then H-index will be 5. Okay, next coming to another important, that is site score. This site score is available in the Scopus platform. Those who know that how to use Scopus, and you can actually see what is the journal metrics or the journal's ranking in site score. JCR is another tool. It is published by the Web of Science Score Collection. And journal impact factor, though it is a highly used journal impact factor, this methodology is highly used everywhere. But nowadays, I will discuss another important metrics is there. It is coming up because journal impact factor is now no longer accepted as as a metric, accepted as a mode of research metrics. So it is there. I'm not telling that it is not there. It is there. But another metrics has come out, that is the alt metrics. Now all the journals are being indexed or indicated by the alt metrics number. Alt metrics is very important and interesting because see, suppose I am giving an example. How can you understand alt metrics? What is actually alt metrics? Suppose I have read a paper published by such and such author, and I have shared that paper or shared my view or opinion or tweeted my opinion in my Twitter account. Or maybe I am sharing the article or sharing the opinion of the article in my Facebook account. Or maybe I will be sharing in my Instagram. So these type of, they actually collect these type of metrics, this type of citation based metrics, that is how many citations are getting in the social media. So this is a very accepted methodology or the metrics accepted worldwide. If you find the alt metrics score when you are publishing, or if you want to publish any journal article, you always try to understand this alt metrics score. You should see the alt metrics score now, because instead of IF, that is the journal impact factor, now it is being shifted to alt metrics. So I have given the screenshot that where you will find, if you have the access of Scopus. So it is a platform of indexing on abstracting service from Elsevier. So you will find that see, this is the subject area. You can site score metrics for the journals. You will find that if you write a journal, if you can search a journal and see the site score. See, this is a CA, a Cancer Journal of Clinicians, 130.47. This is the site score has been generated. So a site score is basically a methodology or technique or metrics, whatever you find, that is done by the Scopus platform. Next, if you say me that how I will see that what are actually the authoritative journals, or if you want to find any details of a journal. So none other than there is one and only database authoritative that is used all globally and all over the world, Ulrich Web. But this platform is not available free. It is actually you have to subscribe. So most of the universities and colleges across the country, they are using this Ulrich Web, and for the librarians, it is a tool by which we can actually identify what are the journals available on a particular subjects, how it has been changed. Even you will find in case of journals, there are a lot of issues. In case of if I say the technical part of the journal, then it is very actually confusing to us also, because journals that they change the titles. Suppose today the journal title is X, but 1 year or after 1 year it will be Y. So you can't believe that X and Y are totally different. Well, maybe the content may be different, but they are claiming that we are the single journal but have changed the name. So these kind of happenings are going on because journal publication is basically a dynamic process. It is a dynamic process, and anything can happen. It can split, the journal can split, the journal can merge. Suppose two journal are merging into one journal is splitting into two. So it happens so confusing. So I am telling you from my professional experience, I have found this is a very challenging job to identify, to evaluate the metadata of any journal. So we actually trust this database for this kind of information. So now I will discuss about open access journals. That is, there are two kinds of journals. One journal that is paid, that you have to subscribe yourself by the institute or individually. Another journal is open access. So regarding the open access journal, there are different types of open access available. So open access, as the term means, it is free of charge. So absolutely it is a free of charge, but sometimes in case of another open access is there, gold open access is not an actually free of, access is free. So access, for the access part, that is free absolutely. Like in case of green open access, if you publish your article in any kind of green open access journal, so after publication, a version of the article is also placed in an open access institutional repository. This is called the self-archiving, because publications are registered by author themselves. So there is no copyright issue. There is nothing else. If you are publishing in a green open access journal, you can give it to your library, if you give it to your institutional repository, and just you can post this. If you can upload this also, you can also upload the paper in your Google Scholar. So it will give more discoverability, because see, there is no such fee. I can use your paper, I can use your research across globally, and there is no charge available. So the best method you should best method you can go primarily you can go for these green open access journals. So gold open access are of two types. One is the full gold open access. Gold open access is a methodology or a model developed by most of the international journal publishers. What they do, they charge the author article processing charges known as the APC. So suppose I am a researcher, I want to publish a journal, I want to publish an article to your open access journal. So they will charge me the APC. That is, I have to give a publication fee to the publisher, and on lieu of that, they will publish the paper. But on the access part, it is free. So anybody can, any part of the world can access my paper. But as an author, I have to pay the fee to the publisher. So next, coming to the hybrid gold open access. Hybrid, as the term suggests, that it contains both the properties of open and the gold open access and green open access. So this is also a model. So how now, coming to the point that how you can identify, or how you can discover that what are the quality open access journals is available in your subject. This is very important, because open access journals are free to publish. You can publish n number of papers, but you have to know what are the journals available in open access mode. So I have given some of the tools available: Science Citation Index, Directory and Open Access Journals, DOAJ. It is one of the trusted open access directory across the globe. So you can use this directory. This is absolutely free. You can use, and you can show what are the journals available in your particular area of research, in your particular subject. So it is absolutely free. You can use it. Quality Open Access Market is another platform. Open Access Scholarly Publishers Association is another platform. So these are the platforms. You can use any of these platforms, and I would request to especially see the directory of open access journals, because it is very old and trusted database used by all across the globe. So next, there is a concept of predatory journals. A predatory, as the term denotes the predation. Predation means that there is an, if you see an eagle is a predatory bird. So predatory journal is one that will accept virtually in any article as long as they are paid to publish that article. That means you can publish any article. So as far as the payment is concerned, if you pay the publisher publication price, so they will publish your paper. So there is nothing to about peer review. That is nothing to about you have nothing to worry about. That if you write anything XYZ, that will be published by the predatory journals. So that's why UGC has given a strict guideline to identify the predatory journals. I will be discussing next. So you have to very cautious about these journals, and it is advisable not to publish your paper in these predatory journals, because it carries no scientific value, it has no scholarly value. If you pay them, your articles is being published. So these are the sites or the platforms from which you can check if a journal or a publisher is predatory or not, because you can't know. Suppose you have an offer, or suppose your guide has told to publish a paper in this journal. So these are the platforms by which you can check that whether this journal is a predatory or not, because these are all actually these are all available online. It's free of charge. You can use it as a tool, like Committee on Publication Ethics. They are the apex authority for controlling this type of publication ethics. So you can choose any of these databases or platforms to check whether the journal is predatory or not. So another buzzword of today's research is Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics, known as CARE. UGC CARE, they have given a quality mandate for Indian academia. So I have an experience, like when I was working in Botanical Survey of India. So there was a study about the ranking of the research organizations. So though my name is not in the paper because due to some reason. So what kind of thing they have done? The study was they have ranked the institution in the area of research. So this is very what I will tell you, this is a kind of checklist or the test bed that whether your institution is actually really is doing going on the same is going into the same path or not. So this kind of ranking of academic institutions is very important. So Consortium of CARE, what they have done actually, they have listed the publications, all the journals, maximum. They have also included the Indian and also international journals into one place to promote quality research, academic integrity, and publication ethics. This is very important. Quality research, academic integrity, and publication ethics. These are the buzzword or the objectives of the UGC CARE, and to promote high quality publications in reputed journals that would help in achieving higher global ranks. So they have tried to control the bibliographical control of the quality journals, so that the research that is done, the research output that is done by the Indian researchers should give a global ranking. So again, you will find this UGC. It's available in the UGC website. There you can find yourself. This is very user-friendly site. So this is the site they have put into Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics. So if you see that these are the three lists: UGC CARE List B. There are 521 journals. UGC CARE Group C and D. So Group B, journals from the existing UGC approved list, analysis protocols, journals from all disciplines recommended by the UGC CARE. So they have divided the entire journal list into three groups. There are some criteria by which the list has been done. So so another, I will suggest some of the journal finder tools. I think it is duplication. I have already done this, discussed this thing. Okay, now I will start with just briefly. I will give you a flavor that how to start a research, because starting a research is like a searching a pin in the haystack. So where to start, where to end, I do not know, because this is a very challenging for any kind of research, be it the MPhil thesis, PhD thesis, any kind of research. Even if you simple while you are writing a paper, you have to doing a bit of background research on any topic. So first you have to identify key search terms. This is very important. So if you see coconut, a coconut is actually a fruit which you will find the kernel is inside the fruit. So you have to take out that fibers and break the nut to get the kernel. So you have to do the same thing. You have to do the key search items, key search term. That is, even if there is a big research title, you have to identify what are the key search terms. After that, you have going to have a literature search and writing the synopsis. Okay, so these are all the by the methods by which you can brainstorm the keywords, expand your keywords, use Boolean operators, and refine your search results. So what will be the path of literature search? So I have just given a brief introduction in the beginning that you cannot reach the journals at a one go. First, you have to consult these tertiary source, that is the textbooks, dictionary, encyclopedias. They actually textbooks, they give the secondary, so they give the background information. Suppose I want to do a very narrow research on any topic, so I have to read that in the textbook. What is the meaning, what is the background information, what has been done in this field? It is all available in encyclopedia, dictionary, and textbooks. And after that, I will get some clue, and from that clue I will go to the secondary source, that is the abstracting and indexing database, because I can't go directly to the primary source. Because see, this is the pyramid. If you see the pyramid, this is the top of the pyramid, and you can't jump over this, because this, if you try to jump, your legs will be broken and you will fall down from, because this is not the right way of research. So you have to make your step-by-step methods to reach the primary source. From the clue, that is the abstracting and indexing database, you will find a good number of journals. Then you go to the original source. So again, this is the structure of a research article. So I'm not going into the details, just for your reference: abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, acknowledgements. So these are the structure of any research article. So how can I contribute to a journal? This is very important part of any kind of research as a student. So first step is to identify a peer review journal. Number one, how to identify a peer review journal, I have already discussed. Check its author guidelines, because this is very important. The author guidelines differs from different journal to journals. It is not the same. So you have to check the author guidelines. What are the guidelines provided in the particular journal you want to publish? Prepare the manuscript as per the guidelines. Submit the manuscript, and as you know, it is done online now. All the journals accept online manuscripts, and wait for the review of comments, revise, and wait for publication. And after the review, they may ask you to revise your manuscript. They may ask you to change something. They may ask you to substantiate some data. So whatever the review comes, according to the review, you have to revise and wait for the publication. So article sharing is another method by which, if you are a researcher, there are three types of articles you can share. One is the preprint. That is, preprint is actually, it's not the published material. Just you have made a draft item, you can share it as a preprint. Accepted manuscript, as the word term, it has been accepted by any journal, you can share it. Then the published journal article you can share, subject to there are some restrictions from the publisher. You have to check whether you can share this or not. Now I am coming to a very important part of in any journal publication, what you will understand, the international standard serial number. International standard serial number is a worldwide identification code, because see, anything in the world have to be identified. That is very important. Like a book, how I identify by the ISBN, International Standard Book Number. Like the ISBN, there is also an international standard serial number, which the publishers get from an agency. That is the ISSN agency is there. I will be discussing just in the next slide. So international standard serial number, there should be any journal, even if you are starting or planning for publishing a journal from your college or university level, so there should be, you have to take the ISSN number. So National Science Library, this is a part of the NISCARE New Delhi. The NISCARE is basically a CSR organization. They are assigned in India, or they are responsible in India for assigning the ISSN number. So how to get an ISSN number? This is very important. What are the steps followed? So first you have to go to their website, that is nsl.niscare.res.in, and there are entire guidelines are there. There is nothing to worry. Guidelines, if you see, this is the guidelines. If you click on it, they will give a PDF, and all these guidelines are there. So you have to apply whatever they want, whatever the required information, you have to fulfill that form. Next, only see, if you are going to publish journals, newspaper, magazine, only then you have to approach for ISSN. Otherwise, if you are publishing a book format, then ISSN is not the right method, right thing you should obtain. In that case, you have to obtain from ISBN. For your kind information, ISBN, there is an agency in India which is called Raja Ram Mohan Roy ISBN agency. It is located in New Delhi. It is in the Jivandip building. It is under the HRD ministry. So don't, many people ask me that what are the agency that give the ISBN number. So you can directly contact with them. There has a website. You can give an online form. So you can do like that. So ISSN assignment request process may take minimum of 30 working days. ISSNs are assigned free of charge. There is no fees. And ISSN, they have a clause that they can decline ISSN if plagiarized articles are detected, or if articles have been reproduced from another publication. So you have to be very, very cautious that whether you are starting a journal publication, so you have to see this thing whether it is plagiarized or not. So I would advise, before you go for ISSN, you must search an ISSN center database or international database for applying ISSN to avoid title duplication. This is very, very important, because when you are starting a publication, so title may match, because somebody may publish that title previously. So you have to change that title before you are going to obtain the ISSN, because otherwise it will be rejected by the ISSN agency. So this is the checklist. Suppose many of the colleges, they are now starting their own journal. I am also associated with one journal in one college. So these are the checklists you should follow while starting a journal for your organization. Copy of the first issue, including title page. This you have to make ready. Original articles, there should be a minimum of 5 editorial board members, complete postal address, email address. So for international journals, if you are going to make an international journal, so editorial board has to be international in scope. So these are the checklists you should maintain while starting a journal by your organization. So another bit of more checklist is there for print version, complete issue or copy of the cover, title page, editorial page. This should be ready for before asking the if you are planning for an online version, the URL you should be giving to the agency. So otherwise, if you don't fulfill these criteria, suppose self-attested copies of recognized address proof of publisher, Aadhaar card, voter ID, these are the things you have to satisfy before going for a ISSN agency. Okay. Again, these are all the checklists I think I have covered, and these are all available in the ISSN site. I have already told you this thing. Okay. Now I am coming to who are the journal aggregators. So where you will find the online journals. So in case of India, I have found three platforms are there who are doing extremely good job, extremely good service to the Indian academia. One is the IndianJournals.com. They are publishing about 341 Indian journals. They are absolutely all Indian journals. They are not international journals. iScholar is again a platform which contains 1023 journals. And these journals, I am giving an example. All these platforms also contain the open access journals. So if you want to, because these are all paid platforms, you have to take a subscription from your library. Otherwise, if you do not have a subscription, you can only access the open access articles that is being hosted in IndianJournals.com. JGate is another example. In case of foreign journals, there are a number of aggregators, but I have seen these two platforms are extremely doing well, EBSCO and ProQuest. There are a number of platforms available, so you can search and research. So how can I subscribe a journal? This is a very important. Suppose I want to take an individual subscription or institutional subscription, how I can do it. So these are the models of subscription, though is a very technical for an acquisition librarian. So you should also know what are the modes available. One is the print only. You can take the only print. You can take only online version. In case of online, there is a bonus. Bonus is actually the 5 years rollback. Suppose you are subscribing for the 2020 year, you will get from 2015. That is, they will give you the access absolutely free for the last 5 years. So online mode, I think, is better than the print. And the pricing in case of online and print is same. But in case of libraries, there are a lot of negotiations we have done for National Library. We are getting the best price in India. So it is a very technical part which will not be covered in this discussion. So print and online, there is two mode, print and online. But in case sometimes is there print and online is free. If you take the print, online is free. In some cases, if you take the online, print is free. Actually, it depends on the publisher, what policy they are following. So I think I have taken a lot of time. Okay, institutional subscription, package, collection subscription, paper article, journal archive. This is perpetual. Journal archive is perpetual because you have to pay one-time price. Okay, online access for journals. There are different title access for institutional site license, collection, consortium, multi-site licenses. These are all the technical issues for the librarian or the acquisition librarian, that if the library or an institution want to start a subscription, in which license they will take. So this is very, very technical. I will not. Okay. The last thing that you should know, everybody should know, that what is DOI? DOI is basically an acronym for the digital object identifier. Digital object identifier is that identifier that you can identify a digital object. Digital object means an article. It may be an article. It may be any kind of object. It may be an image. So DOI number, if you know the DOI number, you can also search the article. So what is an open URL? Open URL is a distinct address of documents and other resources on the World Wide Open. Actually, it is a standardized syntax that the libraries use for the metadata of an article. And RSS feeds is also a method by which you can, if you register your email ID and name to the RSS feeds of the publisher platform, then you will get all the articles, the alerts of the articles that are published in that particular journal. So last but not the least, I just throw a light on the role of National Library in bibliographical control of serial publications. You might have known that there is an act of Delivery of Books and Newspapers Public Libraries Act 1954. Under this act, this is basically a legal deposit. Under this act, what National Library is mandated to get us all the publications, be it a book, be it a journal, be it a newspaper, be it any map, any kind of printed materials. Till date, we are accepting the print materials, not the online. But soon we will amend this act into online mode. So when it will be amended, we will also accept the online publications also. So if you are a publisher, if you are an author, I appeal to all of you, all the researchers, all the scholars, all the teachers, students, if you are a publisher of any book, of any journal, so you please give one copy to National Library, because it is the mandated agency under Government of India, by which we are mandated by the Government of India to receive a publication. Why it is necessary, you know, when it will be not be available in the market, we have a copy for you. We have a copy. When you come, when you approach to us, then we can give a copy of a journal. And and I am very fortunate to work in this type of organization, which has a huge resource of journals, because I have seen like it is a sea of journals. When I go to the stack, nearly I actually I don't know how to explain the reaction I feel, because it's a huge archive, huge physical archive. So we have journals since 1857. We have journals about 200 years back. The first to last issue of the journals. So you please, whatever you are publishing, if you are starting a publication, you give one copy to National Library. I think I have completed. So thank you. Over to.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's our great privilege.
Thank you, Dr. Parthu Sarathy Das. It was indeed very informative session, and your resourceful speech. I think that all the participants have benefited from your speech, and it was very much inspirational for all the participants, I think. Again, I thank you, sir. And now there will be an interactive session, question answer session. The participants can write their question in the chat box. The question moderators will send it to our honorable resource person, Dr. Parthu Sarathy Das. And the question moderator of the session, interactive session, are Dr. Mala Aditya, Professor Sanghita Ghosh, and Professor Debashish Ghosh. Now over to the question moderators.
Thank you, Professor Parthu Sarathy Das, for your interactive, for your very informative session. I think, as per our expectation, he discussed all the matters which comes to our mind in case of use of journals and scholarly publishing. We have received some questions through chat box already. So I request Dr. Professor Sanghita Ghosh, madam, if there is some questions, she was one of the moderators, so she can share on behalf of the participants. Every participant are requested to stop their microphone and webcam as well. Over to Dr. Sanghita Ghosh, ma'am. Professor Sanghita Ghosh, are you here? Okay. I can't understand that why ma'am is not answering. Maybe there is some technical issue. Dr. Das, we have some questions which asked. Number one, how to digitize library? There are several questions how to digitize library, but I think this is not directly pertinent to the topic of webinar today. So can you please give a short answer about, I think he asked for the digitization of the print journal. If we want to digitize the print journal, is there any copyright issues or anything? A very brief answer we expecting.
So the question, I understand that there is a two angles of this answer. One is the which type of journal we want to use. One is the online, print. So I will answer both the questions, because print journal you can digitize, but you can digitize and keep it in your institutional representative. So, you have some questions on copyright issues. So I will give you just one thing, one understanding of there is an amendment act of Copyright Amendment Act, Indian Copyright Amendment Act 2012, which allows to archive materials that is available for the academic purpose. You can't use that digitized materials from your journal in commercial purpose. And regarding the online archiving, there is actually an archive going on from the side of publishers. There are 7 archives available globally. One example I am giving you, the JSTOR, HathiTrust. There are many other national conservation agencies who are actually preserving the online journals on your behalf. And there is a platform called keepersregistry.org. Keepersregistry.org. If you check this platform, and you can type the name of the journal, they will show in which of the national archives they are preserving the online journal. I think I can satisfy both the answers.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dash. There is another question from Dr. Shaha. I request every participant to mute microphone off because we are taking the questions only through the chat. Please don't turn on your microphone. Please turn off your microphone.
I think, Madam, Professor Shangita Ghosh has arrived. I think Professor Shangita Ghosh has arrived. Hello,
Okay.
Professor Shangita Ghosh.
If Professor Shangita Ghosh, if you have selected the questions, then please convey your questions to Dr. Dash. We are waiting for you. Hello, Professor Shangita Ghosh. Colin sir, I think there are some technical issues.
I think there are some technical issues. Yes. Madam,
So
Madam,
as time is running out, I am asking the questions to Dr. Dash because Dr. Shaha has asked which type of character count for the indexing in Scopus UGC care list. Actually, he wanted to know some of the papers have impact factor but not included in UGC care list. Is there any special factor that are counted by UGC care list?
This is actually a very technical question. UGC has listed some of the journals that has been received reviews from different organizations. Because if you see, there is a method of recommendation. There is a method of recommendation.
Hello.
If you fulfill the criteria given by the UGC, and suppose I am publishing a journal, I want to be listed in the UGC scale list. So there is a form of recommendation. So they actually uses this technique. Otherwise, UGC has also listed the publications or journals that is actually listed in the Scopus and Web of Science. That is, they are actually giving or adopting a dual strategy. That is, they are also accepting the international databases. That suppose, so there are many international journals that is occurring in that is happen to occur in the UGC list, and also you can also recommend some of the journals if they fulfill some criteria laid down by UGC. So I think I can satisfy your question. But if you any other question, you can mail me. If you are not clear about the concept, you can mail me.
Yes,
I am available. Okay.
I also suggest participants to have further queries. Then please mail us. Any other questions from Oyon Banerjee St. Xavier's College and Dr. Anushree Mollik and others? They are asking about the plagiarism. Actually, why the plagiarism varied? Is there any gradation of the plagiarism, and which is the best plagiarism software as you recommend? Dr.
There is because plagiarism, there are a number of plagiarism softwares available, as you know. But as far as my knowledge is concerned, UGC only, because when we have also done our research plagiarism check, and UGC recommends Urkud. I think we have used Urkut. So there are a number of softwares are there, and you can't actually recommend some particular thing, but UGC has some recommendation on this plagiarism. And in case of gradation, whatever, I don't know in which angle you are asking this question, because when you go for an international publication in any international journal, they will first they do the plagiarism check. So if you are very, I am giving an example. I have an experience because my paper was rejected by one of the very renowned journal. So what is the problem there? So this is actually a paper on the Copyright Amendment Act, and the Copyright Amendment Act, I have to use many terms, associated legal terms. So that is available in the web. So I can't generate any of the legal terms by myself, because I have to use that legal terms. So they have telling me that the what count they have taken. So this kind of, though it is unjustified, or though it has no angle of anything, so you might face this type of problems. So as far you have to take your decision or like that.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Das. Professor Sanghita Ghosh, are you here? Professor Sanghita Ghosh, can you want to share some questions? Oh, I think there is technical issues. No more. Her sound is coming. Okay, Dr. Das, many of the participants wanted your resourceful PPT presentation through mail. If you want to share it with us, then we can send it to them.
For that, actually, the presentation, I generally, what I do, whatever I talk and I present, I keep it in my blog. So I have given I am sharing my blog. Then you can directly go to that blog and use that. So this is my blog. You can use it.
Okay, surely we can search your blog.
So,
and
you can, it will be available within 2 days. I will be sharing it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Das. Actually, knowledge is free, so we are tending to that. Now we have come to the end of our session. Thank you again for your informative speech. And if any questions left, then please mail us to lalbaba.collegelibrary@gmail.com. So we will send the mail ID. Otherwise, you will have the WhatsApp group. Whatever you think is comfortable, you mail us. We will convey it to Dr. Das. Now, for the valedictory session, I will request Dr. Kalyan Majumdar, sir, to end the session with a vote of thanks. Over to Dr. Kalyan Majumdar, sir. Over to Dr. Kalyan Majumdar, sir.
Dr. Aditya.
Continuously.
Can you hear me? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, absolutely, you are audible. Before ending the session, we personally thank you for this session, and I request you to send your vote of thanks. Dr. Majumdar.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Hello,
Thank you,
Kalyan
madam, for conducting this. Hello, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, sir. Principal, sir. Okay, sir.
Partho, sir, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. Okay.
We get many analytic things we received from your lecture.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It
is my pleasure.
But
Hello.
lecture was for me. I'm very happy to listen you on this topic, sir. Thank you,
okay,
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Kalyan.
Okay. Just we have finished our interactive session. Now the session of vote of thanks. My dear well-revered members of the webinar, on behalf of the organizing committee, I convey my gratitude to you for your gracious presence, which practically made the webinar to reach the crescendo of success. I don't hesitate to tell you that I had every doubt about the consequence of the webinar because we all have been perturbed by the pandemic caused by the outbreak of COVID-19, which threatens us and is about to lead us to the precipice of existence. But I was taken aback, finding the enthusiasm among the participants of the country and abroad, which is our sustenance to move forward and determine our destination. This has been proved by this webinar that there is nothing else in the world to overshadow the light of education that offers the mankind a healthy social life. Just I would like to thank all the organizing committee members, all the teachers of the college, and all the staffs of the college. And I would like to thank Central Library of the college and all the organizers for conducting this event. I would like to thank President Madam for lending her valuable time. I would also like to thank our principal sir for being here with us and always encouraging us for this kind of endeavors. I would like to give special thanks to Dr. Parthu Sarathi Das for sharing his knowledge with us and enriching us. And I would like to thank all the participants. Actually, we are very much happy that a number of participants almost they have joined in this webinar, and their enthusiasm, lots of enthusiasm they have shown us. I would like to thank all the participants on behalf of Lal Baba College Central Library, on behalf of Lal Baba College teachers, on behalf of Lal Baba College staff. And last but not the least, I would like to thank Professor Deepa Singh for technical support, and I would like to thank all the participants, all the audience of this webinar. And by this, I would like to conclude this state level webinar. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you.
Have a nice time ahead. Staying at home, stay safe. Thank you very much.
বেরোবো কি করে, যেটা